Hello! Alright, we're going to try to get this angle a little bit better. It has been a crazy evening. Can we stack something else behind there?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that'll work.
Well, just like that?
Well, I guess that'll work. Hey! Who's on with us? Drop us a comment below. Tell us if you like mornings. That is the question. Tell us if you like mornings or if you hate mornings. We will start with that. And I'm cold. And we are really gross. We had we had soccer and then we've been scrambling with the kids, getting them dinner and everything. So they're eating. It's so late. All right. We're going to give it maybe 10, 20. Yeah, amen. 20 more seconds, and then we're just going to dive in. Thank you guys so much for taking time to basically invest in yourself, okay? It's been incredible, an incredible journey to just take time for me in the morning, for him to take time for him in the mornings. And that's what we want to share with you, what it is that we do and how we do it, so it can create a constant flow in your life. What do you think of that?
Absolutely. This has been something that has completely changed my life. And it is so simple. It is like, it's unbelievably easy. and it sounds like it would be hard to change your mornings, but it's just a habit. And this particular habit is so easy to change because once you get going on it, there's no turning back.
Yep. So we're going to be referring to this book, The Miracle Morning. This has seriously been one of the two books that has changed my way of thinking day in and day out. The other one is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Highly recommend both of these. And at the end, I'm going to share with you how you can get this book for free. So, yeah. We're going to kick off by sharing about the Miracle Morning. Now, when I created this group, I named it the Power Morning because as we kind of get talking, there's things that Dee and I both do that are a little bit different. They're very similar and they follow the guidelines from this book, but I feel like it's more my own thing when I call it a Power Morning. So call it what you want. Do it. However it is. Dee is going to start us off with our savers. What are the savers and how the heck have they changed your life?
Yeah, savers is a really nice acronym that really doesn't matter as much, but it can save your life, I guess. But, so savers, I'm going to talk about the first S. The first S is actually silence or spiritual. And again, to Audrey's point, you can do a lot of different things for this, but think meditation, think prayer. Those are the two main things that I practice in the mornings with it, and it's such a game changer. Like, for example, I'm just gonna tell you what I do. I set an alarm on my phone just for 5 minutes. So I set a timer for 5 minutes, and I will, or whatever amount of time I have in that morning. It may be less. It may be 2 minutes that I need to set for that day. That's totally fine. But just to block out a time for me to pray or meditate. It is amazing just how much liberation you get just from blocking out a piece of time to enjoy silence, to just be still and either concentrate or let your mind go. Like there's so many different things you can do with this. And at first, particularly with meditation, I'm still not very good at meditation. However, there's a lot of things you can do, and one of my favorite ones is actually to focus on breathing. And as I breathe in, I'll say, I'll do something like this. I'll say, in my head, obviously, because it's got to be silent. I'll say, receive whatever it is. So, for example, let's just say abundance, okay? So, as I'm breathing in, receive abundance, and breathe out, give abundance. And this it's just the natural flow of everything. And you can do that, and I'll actually change that word. Every single time I breathe in with a new breath, and I'll say, breathe in love, and so receive love, give love. And you can do it with anything, whether it's, whatever you want more of in your life, as long as you're creating that flow of the in and out. And it's just a great time of day for you to do this. And you can customize it however you want. Lots of different ways to meditate and focus on your breathing. But S is for silence. So enjoy the stillness of the day. of the morning.
And I have a great quote. In the attitude of silence, the soul finds the path in a clearer light. And what is elusive and deceptive resolves itself into crystal clearness. I just wanted to add what I do in my silence. And this is where our mornings are a little bit different. The key to this, you guys, is to find the time that works for you. I am busy with the kids. He's trying to get this in. This is like his foundation, and then he leaves for work. I am doing these, but I have to get the kids ready and out the door. So our miracle mornings are very, very different. He's like in the zone down here, and I was doing these more or less for about a year before he did. So if you feel like you're alone, or you're wishing your spouse would join you, just start doing it, and they're gonna catch on to this flame that's inside of you. It's been a really amazing journey for both of us. But during my silence, I have to say, for most mornings, my silence time, I aim for 5 minutes. It's usually 1 to 2 minutes. So this doesn't have to be a full hour. You adjust it to your life, but you will be amazed at how much better you feel through your day and through your morning, and your focus on what you're doing. It's just going to clear your mind.
And I've gotten way more energy from doing this than I ever did from getting an extra hour of sleep. Matter of
Hi,
fact,
BK.
Matter of fact, every time I don't do this, I actually feel way more groggy and tired and grumpy throughout the entire day. And I'm just sitting there all day.
All the savers, right?
I'm talking about all the savers. Yeah. And you can do these literally. Sometimes all I get is 6 minutes. And you can do each of these for a minute.
Yeah.
And it absolutely still helps improve it. I think you get, the more time you put to it, the better results you get, but you can do it in as little as 6 minutes.
Yeah, it feels so good. Look at our bookmark. Callie drew that one. Okay, take us into affirmations.
Oh, this is my place. This is what started everything for me, was affirmations.
It is. He's been the best affirmer ever.
I've been trained well. I've been fortunate to have been trained well on affirmations. And we could spend a very long time talking about affirmations. So I'm going to simplify it, and I'm just going to say, think Muhammad Ali. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. And he kept saying that until it was true for him. And regardless of if you think that he was the greatest boxer ever, it doesn't even matter, because he believed he was the greatest boxer ever. And he did that by using that affirmation. Think what's the story, the little kid story? The little engine that could. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. That's how it works. It is literally this simple. And what's so amazing about this is the way to rewire your brain. Okay, there's, I think there's only really two.
Can I get nerdy when you're ready for that?
I know, I actually get really nerdy on this, but
Yes.
I get all nerded out. But I think there's only two ways to really rewire your brain. One is through like immediate, impactful, emotional trauma, and it doesn't necessarily have to be trauma as a bad thing, but just something that's like a major life-changing type event where you get so much emotion in there that your brain considers it something new and it actually gets rewired. The other way to do this more deliberately, so it's not just so reactionary, is through affirmations. So the whole key about this is your brain receives what you say. You have an ongoing dialogue in your brain constantly. Matter of fact, you can't shut yourself up. You keep talking right now, even though we're talking. So, but the whole key about that is starting to use that to change your underlying beliefs about something. And once you believe something is different, you will start to do something different, and you'll get different results in your life. So affirmations are absolutely critical if you really want to change the results that you're getting in your life.
Amen. So with our brain, the way that it works is you have the old brain, and that's your flight or fight response, and you have your new brain, that's this prefrontal cortex, stuff like that. And so by doing affirmations, it's really bridging the link. No matter how hard we try, we base our decisions and our actions on that old brain. It's everything that we feel. And so if you're feeling these affirmations, and even though you're saying, I am the greatest, or I am, how do you do that present tense? I am losing 30 pounds. I've lost 30 pounds. When I get confused, I do it. I double it. Like, I'm losing 30 pounds. I've lost 30 pounds. Anyway, when you're saying these affirmations, this is your thinking. You're thinking this. You have to bridge that gap, and the more you convince your new brain of this thing, it's going to feed that over and over to your subconscious so you can actually believe it. Heart and soul.
And I have to add one quick thing in this, and that is the fact that emotion is what cements this. So you can hear somebody else's affirmation, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, I might use that as my own. And that's all good as long as you have a great amount of emotion with it. So your affirmations should always be, they should always be current tense, and they should be first person, right? And even though it hasn't necessarily happened yet, or you're not necessarily that person yet, by repeating it, you become that person. You believe that you are. And again, the emotion is the cement. That's what locks it in there. So if you stop feeling something about your affirmation, tweak it again, get some emotion words in there that really gets you going with it, because that's what's going to make it stick. And that's the way it works.
I'm going to add a couple ideas for you. After exercise, when you have all of those endorphins flowing, that is an amazing time when you're doing your cool down stretches to just shout it out and
don't even wait till you're done. I'm sorry.
That's true.
I will do it during it all the time, and we have a mirror in our workout room, and I'll like finish the last rep, and I'll look over at myself, and I'll say, "That is like me.
Yes.
That's me, baby. I killed it. That is me." And I just embrace the heck out of it, and you get all that emotion with it, and you hit it harder and harder every single time. So it's a wonderful thing.
Yep. I totally agree. And you brought up, Ali, it's the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. Once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen. All right.
You will never do anything if you don't believe that it's going to result in something. That's you operate that way. So if you can change the way you believe it through affirmations, you can change your actions and change your results.
And do you guys do affirmations? You can totally chime in any questions as we're going. So please share if you have an affirmation you'd like to share with us. He shared one of his. Mine, I really love to tell myself I'm a good mother, because I think we're so judgmental. I tell myself that almost every day because, sometimes you get frustrated, sometimes you make mistakes, and I feel like that is one of my most important roles. I will say I'm a good mother, I'm a good wife, or while I'm working out, it's usually, I'm a great mom! All right.
And by the way, you can make an affirmation about the miracle morning. You can make an affirmation and say, I love the mornings, or, whatever it is. You can totally do that.
Okay. Last one, you're heading up.
Yeah. V. So SAV, we're on the V. It's for visualization. Super similar tool to affirmations.
I'm going to grab my little chart for them to see.
All right, for them to visualize.
Yes.
Pun intended. I'm so late, but it's fun. Okay, so visualization is super, again, it essentially, it almost does the same thing as affirmations do, except for it's more powerful. And well, not something more powerful, it's powerful in a different way. The reason it's powerful is because your brain is actually teleological in nature. I think that's the word. I'm not very scientific. What it basically means is your brain thinks in images. It thinks in pictures. Okay, that's the way it works. If I say, tell me about your car, right? You start telling me about your car, and guess what? I start to see. I don't see the letters CAR. My brain doesn't work that way. I start to see the car that you start describing to me. That's the way your brain works. It's all in images. And the more you can visualize yourself doing or being what you want to do or be, then it naturally kind of drives you there, and you become whatever it is that you become or have whatever it is that you're trying to become or have. If that makes sense.
It does.
So again, the more specific you can get with this, the better. The more emotion you can put with this, the better. And the way that I like to do this, if you want to write a visualization, is just think about one area of your life and think about what your level 10 would be. What would be the most ideal aspect of that part of your life? What would it look like? Write it all out, and if you need to, just read it. And that just helps you visualize it. Just see it in your head.
How do you do your forethought the night before? Because that kind of ties into the visualization.
Yeah. So visualization actually helped me do the miracle morning more than probably any other tool. So for example, as I was going to sleep at night, I would lay at bed and I would think, and I would just start to imagine myself. First thing I would imagine is the alarm clock goes off, and you know what? Today I'm actually happy about it. That's okay. And I turn it off, and my body, it even if it feels a little achy, that's okay, because I know I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to stretch it. I'm going to make it feel better. And sometimes I visualize that it feels great, and it's like I just can't wait to get out of bed. And then I get out of bed, I throw on all my workout clothes. I can see myself going to the kitchen, grabbing some water, and going downstairs and pressing play on my workout program, because that's what I like to do first. And I start doing it, and you know what? Even though my body's a little rough right then, I start to visualize and say, you know what? In my mind, I turn on a switch, because I say, you know what? I'm awake. I'm here. I may as well work out harder today than I would have otherwise. And again, I just progress through my miracle morning. So I actually visualize these things, and I can tell you, when I wake up in the morning, and I've already thought about how my body's going to feel when I wake up, and it's amazing how much it actually changes. Sorry.
No.
I got my visual. I closed my eyes and I just go.
What changes? You kind of left us hanging there. How it changes? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Your body.
Literally, me visualizing how I'm going to wake up in the morning, I wake up that way. That it's like I'll wake up, and there's kind of, you can start to visualize with contingencies there. So I don't know if you noticed, but there was one point where I said, I wake up in the morning, my body feels a little achy, because I know that can happen sometimes, and that took me through one path that I was ready for. And I also said, or maybe, today I wake up and my body's just already full of energy, and it's just kind of ready to get out of bed, and it feels good, and I'm ready for that too. So that's just another path. So you can actually kind of create these different pathways as you visualize, and you can be creative in your thinking.
You think both of those in one night? I'm just curious.
Sometimes, yeah. It depends on how I believe I'm going to wake up the next morning, to be honest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think, hey, we have a few more joining us.
Hey, straddling. What's going on, man?
You can comment below with, we're talking about visualization at this point. Something that I really try to help my challengers in my groups is to foresee those things. If mornings are tough for you, if you have a newborn, I mean, this is a kink in the routine of life. So foreseeing these things can really help you and to just trust your body. If you're super exhausted, like Rebecca said, she likes some mornings, depends on the morning. Sometimes you're up a ton with kids in the night, and that is just a reality. So forcing that and saying, my alarm went off, I was up for 3 hours in the night, I'm trusting myself to go back to bed right now, and I'm going to get up, and 1 hour later, I'm going to still get all of this in. I'm still going to do all of my miracle morning, but I'm going to do them 1 minute a piece instead of my planned. That adds up to about 60 minutes is what I was going for. So, all right, we have another quote for you. See things as you would have them be instead of as they are. So with that visualization, go to your places. When I visualize, you guys, you have to tune into what fires you up. What is it that's going to make you jump out of bed in the morning and land on your feet ready to go? For me, I visualize a freaking dream home.
I've heard it. It's quite the house.
I walk through it. I can smell. I can see the kids. And that's, for me, a lot of times in the morning when I'm visualizing, I'll do kind of more of what I need to do that day. I kind of mentally plan during that visualization. And then as I'm going to sleep, a lot of times that's when I go to my happy place and I'm just in my visualization world. So that's a little difference between how we're visualizing. In the mornings, what do you do when you visualize? If you have 1 minute, what do you plug into?
If the mornings, I actually have... for each area of my life, I have it written out for what my level 10 life would be. And even if I only pick one of those, if I only have a minute, I'll just pick one of those and I'll read through it. And then I'll just sit there. It takes me 20, 30 seconds to read it, and then I'll spend 20, 30 seconds just relishing in it.
So when you first got started, did you, during that visualization 5 minutes, did you just use that to write? Like, is that when you did...
Yeah,
when you wrote it out, and it took like
sure.
a week?
I mean, the very first, and again, you can modify the miracle morning for what you need. So, and sometimes for me, it was actually I would couple it with the affirmations, because I'm affirming things. I'm affirming what I want to be already.
That's what I've done
so
too.
sometimes you can just, instead of just saying that one affirmation, if I want to visualize that a little bit more, I'll do a self rant in my head, and I'll just go with it. And, and it's like, oh yeah, that's that's me. That's
so we don't even know what each other's doing. We just know we're doing something. Yeah. All right, my turn to take over. All right, E is for dun, 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 exercise. You guys, when you exercise in the morning, oh, the world is a better place. I'm finally getting warm. I'm like actually kind of sweating. Gotta ditch my blanket. Okay, so exercising in the morning, even if you only have 1 minute, let's say your miracle morning is literally 6 minutes. Pick an exercise. You can pick a different one each day. Maybe do push-ups as fast as you can, as many as you can in 1 minute. Or jumpy jacks for 1 minute. Or run in place or punch, whatever. Get your blood flowing. Now, with my challengers, we have a free trial, we have a full challenge pack, and it changes lives. There's a 10-minute trainer program. BK has hooked himself up with that one. Rebecca's been joining me with MMA's her favorite one, the Court de Force, but she has the full, All Access Pass that shares all of Beachbody's programs. So you are there. Yeah, total thumbs up. You have access to everything, you guys, for your success. And to be able to plug in on exercise, can I share about this, homie, for a second?
What's up, Jakey Poo?
Hi, Jake. It's so funny because it's notifying people that you're live. You guys, I lost my phone momentarily, and it's almost dead anyway. So we're getting more of his audience instead of mine right now.
What's up, y'all?
But I have about 30 emails we're going to be sending this off to, so I'm really excited. So anyway, thanks for joining us live, Jake. Okay, anyway, back to exercise. Honey, in our first 7 years of marriage, were you a frequent exerciser?
I thought I was.
What? You even thought you were? No, you didn't.
I thought I was athletic and in shape.
He never worked out. We got multiple annual memberships. How many times did you go to 24 Hour?
I don't remember going to 24 Hour.
You went twice. How many times did you go to Salt Lake Community College?
I think I had 2 different times for like a week each.
Nice. I got an annual pass there too, and I worked out less than 5 times that full year. So anyway, these at-home workouts, to be able to choose to be home, be with your family. I love showing my kids how to work out. It has changed our whole family dynamic, and doing it together in the mornings has really strengthened our marriage. We've been able to basically go on a date every morning that we exercise together. And in some of the Strengthening Your Relationship books that I have read, it talks about 15 hours a week with your spouse to flourish the marriage. So put yourself in check. Do you get to even see your spouse for 15 hours a week? That's a lot of time. And we are 2 very busy people. And so to be able to have our worlds collide in the morning, we go our separate ways, do our thing, and then at night we maybe have an hour or something, we get to hang out. Makes a huge difference in your marriage. Okay, here's our quote. If you don't make time for exercise, you'll probably have to make time for illness.
True that.
Mic drop. I firmly believe. Really?
2 at the same time. That's amazing.
Hey, you gotta go for convenience, you know? Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. That was funny, BK. I don't know. If I remember, I'll come back to it. R is for reading. How many of you guys... Yes, totally, Rebecca. How many of you guys like to read? Give me a thumbs up if you like to read. And then share a heart if you feel like you have time to read. There's going to be like nothing.
There's like a code for how you respond, apparently.
I'm making it.
We got a thumbs up.
We have a like to read. I love to read. With 3 kids, well, even with 2 kids, I felt like I had 0 time to read. When I first started coaching and they said, read for 20 minutes a day even. I hear a little toddler coming our way. I honestly didn't feel like I had that in my life. So what I started with was it's called Audibles online, and I highly, highly recommend it. Plug into books. We have tons of books that I can tell you to get. So if you need a recommendation, reach out to me. Some to start with, Miracle Morning, The Slight Edge. I've read so many books, and I can't. On Fire is an incredible book. I cried in that one. Oh my gosh. We have a ton over there. The Compound Effect is Darren Hardy. And if you guys don't know Darren Hardy, he actually does go to darrendaily.com, and that's a DARREN daily.com. And that's a daily actionable post that can be sent to your phone. So what we're digging into is personal development. So in the mornings, it is my time to read, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It is so hard for me to put the book down at 5 minutes. Have you felt that before? You start reading and it's like, I just want to read for a minute.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. So a person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't. Oh, that's Mark Twain. One more. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body, and prayer is to the soul. We become the books we read. And that, my friends, is the key to success. Instead of picking up a romance novel, or men picking up a wrestling novel, I don't know what men read.
Wrestling novel?
Anyway.
Oh, I'm going to get this wrestling novel.
Pick up some personal development. I used to think, I'm good, I don't need that stuff. Holy schmoly.
Feed your brain. It needs some food. It needs some good nutrition in it.
And you're going to get addicted to reading.
Amen.
Addicted to learning. Now is the time. You have it. You make that time to read. Lastly, our second S, scribing. I know that sounds funny. He was trying to make an acronym out of it. He couldn't do journaling or writing because it didn't fit. So scribing is what he went with. But we're just talking about journaling. I have been dropping the ball with journaling. It is the last of my savers, and I am usually pushing out the door, and I hardly get back to it these days. And it breaks my heart. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you journal each day?
Oh, man, this is where it's at. I'm telling you.
He loves writing, and so you take the reins.
I do, and man. So the key for me on this one that's made it so awesome is because I wasn't ever a very good journal keeper. I've never been great at like saying, oh, here's what happened today. And you know what? As good as that part of it is, there's so much more that can be so much better. So what I do
This is funny because I gave him tips on how to break this down when he first got started.
She did. And now it's like, I love it.
He's driving it now.
But it's awesome. So I actually have sections in my journal that I write in every day, right? So like I'll turn the page, I have a blank slate of paper, put the date at the top. First thing that I put is scripture/spiritual. So I'll write down either a scripture that I wrote or a spiritual thought that I've had recently, and I just have that. I may comment on a little bit. Super fast to do, right? I mean, I actually usually have already read something, so now it's easy to pull something out and do that. And then the next piece that I'll have is actually personal development. And so I'll write down something that I'm learning about personal development and how I'm trying to apply that. So that's been super helpful as well. It's just, again, it reinforces things that you're learning. And then, let's see, the next section that I'll have is for journaling. And that is just kind of normal journaling. I just want to have a spot there for a couple sentences for the main things that happened that day or the day prior. And just, big events or how I'm feeling about that day. And then I'll go through, and after I do that, I'll have one more section. I feel like I'm missing one.
This is what he added on.
And this one, I absolutely love this practice. And it's actually just a self-coaching session. So I'll write self-coaching, and then in there, I'll coach myself up on how I'm feeling that day. So it's like, I'm the only one who knows how I feel. Like, I just ask myself, I just got done journaling about how I feel, and so now that's my... It's not even a complain time, but it's just saying like, hey, I'm feeling like stressed and overwhelmed with this part because I'm trying to do these things in my life and it's difficult, right? Well, the next part immediately is, okay, I'm going to turn that on its head and I'm going to self-coach myself. I'm going to say, hey, I'll remind myself about things. And it's an amazing practice because it totally switches the mindset, and it's amazing how many of your own problems you can solve just by reframing your
Tapping
perspective
into
on how you're looking at it.
It's cool. I gotta try that one. I haven't.
Oh, and I forgot one more. I'm sorry. It was one of the middle sections. There was it was God. It's gratitude and the hand of God. So for me, I wanted to write every day how I see the hand of God in my life, and I just write 3 things that I'm grateful for. So again, super quick. I fit all this on one page, and I usually get it done in about 7 minutes. So
perfect. I just want to add with scribing how he was talking about the spiritual and his personal development. So when I'm doing this silence and spiritual, I'll be reading scriptures then, and then reading something different for personal development. I used to overlap them, but you guys, there is something about fueling your spirit with the scriptures and fueling your brain with personal development things. Whatever it is you feel like you're lacking, if it's leadership or just getting a routine down. What else do we have focus on over there? Those have been what I've been reading lately. Or the On Fire is just finding what your purpose is and lighting it on fire. It's great.
Absolutely. And just one more thing about journaling, like, or scribing. Mm-hmm. Actually, I remember writing. The only time where I was also consistent in writing was actually on my mission, and all I remember was writing a whole lot of complaints about what was going on there. So I actually don't even necessarily want to go back and read those journals because I know that they're full of complaints. It was my me time to kind of get out and vent.
Yeah,
and now, to be honest, there's not a need for venting. I feel anymore, and but I'm so much happier to leave this journal, even though it's all for me and it's all geared towards my growth and my development. If there's anything that I want my kids to be able to pick up one day and read, it's this journal. I want them to see what I was doing to intentionally change my life. And it's so cool, guys. Both of my parents have passed away, and I have to tell you, their journals are the most important physical possession that I have. Like, that's the first thing I'm going to and grabbing, because it helps me remember them. It helps me see who they were and what they thought was important about life. And what better thing to leave your posterity than your story of your growth and your development and how you lived your life in a way that was positive and impactful and significant.
Perfect. So, as you get started on your miracle morning, you guys, it is hard to do anything in this life by yourself, right? That is why with my challenge groups, we're there for each other. We are leaning on each other for support. This miracle morning we have used, we've used it month after month, sharing with our challengers how to do this. And this next month, we're going to be taking basically kind of pieces of this week by week to really hone in on. So we're really wanting everyone in our group to have this. Can you wait 1 minute? Look, we're on live. Okay.
Yeah. Daddy. Peace, guys.
Okay.
Flying, by the way.
Oh, now you're gonna cry because that was her eye on the handle. Oh, the mom world. Okay, so anyway, in April with our challenge group, we are all plugging in together with the Miracle Morning for support, and we're doing something a little bit different this next month with a guest speaker per week. So we're gonna have we have an app to help track with our Shakeology, drinking Shakeology, and our exercise daily. That's the same old. And we're going to have little prompts on there. Week 1's definitely going to be the Miracle Morning. Week 2, I've been brainstorming with him some ideas. So it's going to be off the charts. And we're going to have a guest speaker each week through a Facebook group like this where you can come in, tell us your thoughts, your concerns, what's working for you. Obviously, whatever the content is for that week, you're going to be participating in that and really propelling your life forward. I was in a huge slump in 2014, and that is when, hey Jean, that's when I stumbled onto coaching, and it has absolutely changed my life. Beachbody has absolutely changed my life. The programs are incredible, you guys, and it's so fun to have so many of my Beachbody people here with me. Woohoo! So what I want to share with you is anyone who signs up with me by tomorrow night, because I'm going to be emailing this out tomorrow morning. Anyone who signs up with me in our challenge group for April, in our accountability group, that really wants change in their life, I'm going to buy this book for you for free. And I will send that to you. So that's tomorrow by midnight is your deadline. And that's number one, to get you plugged in and investing in yourself. Now you're probably thinking, well, what is part of this challenge pack or the challenge group? So what we do is we get set up with fitness, and that's through mainly streaming. Right now they've just launched the capacity to have all of the Beachbody programs at your fingertips. It's incredible. Y'all that are on here with me, tell me if you like it. Tell me your thoughts on it. Tell me your favorite program. I love them all, but I really love Size and Sanity Max 30, and I love Core de Force. Every time I'm done with that, I feel like so kicky. So anyway, you get access to all of these fitness programs through the full year. Once you're a customer of mine, once you're a challenger of mine, you are mine. We are sweethearts. You can join my challenge groups every single month. It's so exciting. Yes, totally agree, Rebecca. So, hey, Smie. So, what's also included is Shakeology. Now, those of you in this group who have been drinking Shakeology, share something that it's done for you. Shakeology is so much different than just these protein drinks that you see at Walmart or on the market somewhere. I could spend a whole webinar just talking about Shakeology because there are so many benefits to your body with Shakeology. To name a few, yes, it does have protein in it, so that's great. They're vitamin fortified, not the vegan ones, but the mainline. Vitamin fortified, so it takes away your multivitamin. The things that are special about it, you have prebiotics and probiotics. So you need both of those in your system to create a healthy gut, a healthy environment for your body. Yeah, agreed, totally. It's so yummy. It totally helps curb those cravings because, like, I'm just about to go have a chocolate milkshake for dinner. Yay. But anyway, back to that prebiotic and probiotic. Your gut health and mental health are linked. So what I hear all the time from my challengers is a decrease in anxiety and a decrease in depression. And that's not just happen chance. It's because the gut health is leveling off. You're getting the right amount of good bacteria and it's forcing that bad bacteria down. For me, that is the main reason I continue to drink Shakeology. I deal with over-acidity in my stomach, and I haven't had to be taking any medications these past 2 years. I had these throw-up spells all through 2014, and when I joined with Shakeology, I was just trying to get healthy, and within 2 months, those throw-up spells were gone. And that's what had changed. I'm pointing at the Savers. I don't know why, but I'm talking about Shakeology. So, so that gut health is amazing. It also has something called adaptogen herbs in it. So your system gets really acidic, different toxins are coming in, you have free radicals attacking. The adaptogen herbs actually help your system to level off. How cool is that? So you're able to get balanced, your pH level stays balanced because these adaptogen herbs are helping fight off these carcinogens and toxins and free radicals. So it's an incredible, incredible investment to your body. So you get the Shakeology for 30 days supply. You get the exercise, all the exercise you could ever dream of on the streaming. And then you get the part that has really changed my life as well. I don't ever want you guys to think that this is just a 21-day, jump in, get your results, and you're out of here. You guys, you need to exercise and eat healthy for the rest of your life. So like I said, this All Access Pass is for a full year, but even after that, you guys, you are my challengers forever. So this nutrition, this is not a fad diet. I have been to school for sports medicine, and I have gotten my personal training certification, and even after all that education, I can honestly say food really clicked for me when I started with the portion control containers. Do I use them every single day? No. But I use them once a week when I'm food prepping, and I get to see every single week, again and again, what my right portion size is. And it has changed Dee's life as well, because we meal prep, and we got these awesome containers at Walmart, you guys. It has one big section and two smaller sections. And we just get the right portions already done for lunch all week long, and breakfasts, and when I'm way on my A game, I got dinners too. Okay, so using these portion control containers, plus me as your coach, I am constantly cranking out meal plans. So whenever someone reaches out to me and is like, I need some ideas, I'm stumped, I feel like I'm eating right, we have them in our challenge group, we have them in the app, and I am constantly creating them for me. And I've learned over 2 years, I've slowly learned how to get better and better and more efficient with it. And I can crank those puppies out. So you're getting all of this, and it's only $199. Plus, you guys, it is changing our lives. It's completely changed Dee's life. It's completely changed my life to have the support to constantly be growing every single month. Rebecca and Smiley, you guys have been with me for a while. If you're still on, has each month been a new adventure for you? I'm just curious. And you can totally be honest. This year so far, so January, February, March, has it felt different each month, or does it feel the same? And it's okay if it's the same, because we've got a good flow. There's a lot of positivity, a lot of support. But the reason I keep switching it up each month is because I don't want to get bored. I don't want my challengers bored. So we're constantly trying to create a fun environment and having it awesome, Smile. That's good to hear. We're just constantly trying to create a wonderful atmosphere for growth, for support, for being honest, and for getting rid of sugar and crap in our diets that just hurt our system. That's a little tangent, but we've been talking about doing a detox week too. So anyway, all right, that's everything I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us and hopping online. So this is going to be, I have little fitness pods for my challengers right now, because I feel like in the app with multiple coaches posting, sometimes we get a lot of just awesome input and people checking in. So I have fitness pods, and I am going to challenge us during April. I'm going to be rereading this, and I want you guys to get this book for yourself. And if you are wanting change in your life, you guys, you have to do something different. Knowing how powerful this is, knowing how powerful the support is, and our exercise group. Yeah, oh, that's so good, Smiley. I honestly would do whatever I could to scrap together that $199 to get the All Access Pass Challenge Pack. I mean, hands down, it is going to be so worth it. And let me just add, if that feels like too much money for you right now, that's exactly how I felt when I first heard it. I was like, $199, what? So when I first got started, it took me about 2 months to really wrap my head around it, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm a personal trainer. I don't need your little streaming workouts. I'm good. And then 2 months went by and nothing had changed in my life, and I still felt like crap. So I said, okay, let's try this out. There's a 100% guarantee behind it. I'm going to drink your Shakeology and I'm going to send it back and get my money back. Is that terrible? That is totally what I was thinking when I first joined. So I started off, and it is worth every penny. It's still way cheaper than a monthly gym membership. True that, sister. Plus the gas, plus the time. Oh, the time of going to the gym just sucks your life away. But anyway, when I first started, it felt like a big investment. We have honestly saved so much money. When you think about how it's replacing 30 of your meals through the month, it's about $4 per meal, like a little over $4. And then if you want to continue Shakeology, we get you set up as a discount coach. There's really no hoops or min orders or any weird things like that. I have people ask me that all the time. I don't know why. I guess other companies do that. But no, you just get a discount and it ends up right around $4 per meal. We have saved so much money on fast food runs. They like never happen anymore. It's been awesome. We've saved money in our grocery budget, like literally, because it's a planned meal and it's a staple in our diet. And if I could show you, I should really pull this up sometime, the doctor's visits my family had during 2014 compared to 2015. So much healthier, you guys. Our immune systems are through the roof. I feel like Superwoman, actually. People get sick all the time, and I have not been sick in forever. And I don't even feel like I have to knock on wood, because I just have the immune system of Superwoman. So, a great benefit of exercise and eating healthy, but Shakeology has amazing herbs and superfoods from around the world that literally boost your immune system. And yes, Smiley, it gets the kids involved when you're working out from home. I love it so much. And you know what was so cool? I did, as you're vocalizing these things that, you're doing your affirmations, you're saying, I choose not to eat sugar instead of, I can't have that, I can't have that. You're making these mental changes. You can help your kids through stuff like this. I've started to pay my kids to read books, and we're just reading fun books right now, but that's something I heard Darren Hardy talk about, that his dad paid him money to read books when he was a kid, so he started reading books, and it had to be, good personal development books. Okay, he's a freaking billionaire, for sure. So anyway, I started to pay my kids to read novels. It's kind of cool. Woo! We lost you. All right, anyway, back on topic. We're going to have an amazing April, you guys. I can't wait to hear back from you if you have any questions. One last thing I know is going to come my way. So if $4 per meal sounds out of your price range, I have an ongoing free Mama's Club that I've been putting more love into. But I really wish that I could open these groups up for free. But this is what I do for work, and this is when people invest into me. I want to give them my heart and soul. Like, I'm over the top, to be honest. I really want to make sure everybody is on board and having a great support system. So that's where my full attention goes, is into my challenge groups, and I fully invite you, open arms. I would love to help you on your journey, and I know that this will change your life. So, all right, I will talk with you guys later. Shoot me any questions. You can comment below as I email this off tomorrow. If we have more questions come up, we'll just address them in the group. And then again, if you order a challenge pack by tomorrow night, I'm going to buy this for you, because I don't want you to have to buy both. Like, I know how that feels. It's like, what? Another thing? So you'll get this book shipped to you for free from me, because I love you. Okay, thank you so much. Talk to you later.